Shorty Mona Lisa, I'ma play her like I'm violent. I feel like the island, we gon' take her to the island.
Big news in W last night. Kelsey Plum got traded from the Aces to the Sparks. The Aces got Jewell Loyd, and then Seattle got basically the number two pick. Now, this trade is so crazy and went viral because it kind of just shifted the whole WNBA in a way. So basically, for the LA Sparks, everyone knows like allegedly they've been trying to get Paige Beckers. That kind of shuts that down. You know, they gave away their number two pick, and Kelsey's kind of the guard for the future, I guess, for them, along with Rukia Jackson. You got Cameron Brink. So I didn't think they'll pull the plug and actually trade Kelsey Plum. I didn't see out because they court her. So I was like, okay, they're gonna negotiate something to make her stay, but I guess she really wanted out of there, right? Now, Jewell Loyd, she wanted to leave Seattle. If you guys don't remember this, Jewell Loyd not expected to land with the Sky, wants to play for the Aces. Chicago top target at point guard is Courtney. I for sure thought Jewell was gonna go to Chicago, but until I saw this tweet, I was like, damn, I think she's from Chicago, right? If I'm not mistaken. In a sense, it was kind of like a fair swap, besides a number two pick thing, because we don't know who that's gonna be. And the LA Sparks thing didn't make any sense to me because it says sources told ESPN the Sparks will also be uncertain about who would even be available to be drafted number two overall. Olivia Miles. Like, what the fuck? I don't know if they thought she was going back to college or like I don't know what they were thinking, but at this point, she could fuck around and go number one the way she's playing, and Paige might be available number two. But Olivia Miles is right now, I think she's the better pick right now, if I'm being honest. Obviously, they don't have a good scouting team over there. I don't think any of these teams have good scouting teams because I don't know they really be watching for real. Because I was like, what? That doesn't make any type of sense. As I always say, unlike the NBA, the WNBA, they do a bad job of hiding the next move. And if you just go back and watch exit interviews, it literally can tell you what's gonna happen before it happens. They don't know how to hide their next decision. They kind of give it away. Becky touched on this. I think it's the second time I'm playing this clip, but look, she kind of gave it away in a sense.
For us, we will be back next year. And I'm sure the focus level will be very different. I can pretty much guarantee that. We have to get better. We got to make the moves necessary, whatever that means, to put the best product that we possibly can. It's not going to be the same group probably next year. It just won't. And I'm sad about that because I really like that group. They're a pain in my ass, but I was a pain in their ass too. And I like that group. I love that group. I guess a lot of it, what hurts now too is just with Asia, having the season that she did.
So she said it. She said we're not gonna have the same group next year. And something interesting about it, Erica, who was on the Aces, put up this pic of her and Kelsey Plum. Now, if you remember, I think she's suing the Aces. I don't know if the lawsuit's still going on right now, but she filed a lawsuit. It's kind of ironic that like now Kelsey Plum is going to the Sparks. So that Sparks and Aces game should be interesting. But this was like I remember this came out. I don't know if it's still ongoing, but this is the clips and people brought up.
I've been in either the WNBA or the NBA for now 25 years. I've never had an HR complaint, never, not once. I still didn't actually because Erica didn't file any. She didn't file with the Players Union. She didn't file with the WNBA. Those are facts. It's also factual that nobody made a call about trading her until Atlanta called us in January. That's a fact. Okay. And so, to me, it just didn't happen. I'm sorry, the bullying. I spoke with her every day. If she wanted to practice, she practiced. If she didn't, she didn't. Over the top care, actually. Over the top care. That's the facts.
And then it's like the full reason for that move in Derica. So she kind of broke it down here. So it's just interesting. Kelsey's going to LA now, but play this.
Derica with care from day one when she told me, and she knows that. And like I said, once I make the phone call that the decision's been made to move her, that's when everything kind of fell apart. When you're dealing with a really tough conversation, I think things can get twisted real quick, but I don't think there was like any cursing or anything derogatory. That's my opinion. Obviously she has a different opinion and she's allowed to have that opinion. But that's not how I saw things go down with my conversation or anybody else's. Me asking about her pregnancy and a private conversation that I was having with Derica, That's what they said. We made the decision to move Hamby because we could get 3 bodies in for her 1 contract, and we wanted to get 3 more people in. I think it's very evident who we signed on why we made the move. Um, but it was never an issue, and it was never the reason she was traded. It just wasn't. It came down to math and business. That's all it was. Nothing personal. Hamby, I mean, like I said, I had a great relationship with Hamby the whole time, which is why she probably felt the way she did. You know, it feels like a betrayal, but uh, like I said, um, it's a crappy part of my job. But somebody's got to be the bearer of bad news. As much as I could sit there and say like that's not how I deemed the conversation going, she deemed it another way. Um, and for that, I do feel bad. But I did learn recently that people can uh, screenshot or like I don't know what like set up a conversation. They can have their friend text them certain things and frame it and put Coach Hammon or whoever or Nikki Fargas on the top of the screen and just kind of doctor things the way they want to doctor. That's the world we live in. But every one of those accusations are vehemently false. I actually haven't seen that Derek has said she received nasty texts from us. I haven't seen that. I think that's completely fabricated by somebody on the outside that doesn't know what the hell's going on.
The irony of like the Derica thing, Lloyd meanwhile still had 1 year left on her contract with the Storm, but her trade request occurred after her allegations of harassment and bullying against the Storm coaching staff. It was kind of wild that like Erica Hamby with the Aces situation, and you know the crazy thing with the Aces, they lost pretty much their whole coaching staff. I don't know what happened with Jewell Loyd in Seattle because they said nothing came out in the investigation, but like I said, literally with the WNBA, I'm trying to tell you, literally the WNBA, if you want to know what's gonna happen next season, just watch the exit interview. They give it away every single time. Like there's no, they can't, they fail, they don't know how to have a poker face, right? Like just listen to this.
Her in free agency again.
You know, even with this process,
Hey, look at her reaction when he said that. She was like, who gonna be here for that?
you know, even with this process coming, it kind of happened organically. I'm a big believer if it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be. And, I'm always willing. I told Nega this too when she was going through and she reached out to me. You know, I'm going to give you the truth. I'll be honest with you. And I'm not going to I'm not a politician. I'm not paid to recruit you. You have a reason why you want to be here too. You have a vision for the team and teams you want to see and build a vision for your career. So if I could help, encourage that, if I could help, if that's the same and we align, that's what brought her here, right? We aligned on so many things and we saw a vision and we believed in the players that were here. And, it's the same thing, my job is to make sure everyone has all the facts and you can do what you want with that. And I think that's kind of where I've kind of been with just this off season too. And, how I am like, I want to be honest with you, but in the day, it's your choice, it's your decision.
She's gonna talk about the Aces right here. So check this out.
Uh, you know, it's kind of when you have a team like you said, the Aces have been together for a while. It's kind of like exactly what things are. There's no miscommunication, and if there is, it's quick because you kind of have a vibe. I've been a part of a team like that where we've been together for so long, and you didn't have to say anything. We kind of just did it. But for us, I am so proud of this team. It's not easy to put a team together and then have the season that we had last year, get in the playoffs, have different personnel, different style of play, and then having to realize, what's good, what's good shot, bad shot. How does people like even just like where people want the ball, like knowing how to pass it and catch around the shooting pocket. Those things take some time. So I'm so happy with how our players really just came together. A lot of it was sped up by communication. And I think with that series, I mean, we've played Vegas so many times. It's always a great series. I think the fans probably enjoyed it way more because, watching it is good basketball and it's high level basketball.
It's not given to you at all. And for me, I'm a head coach that, despite maybe a successful season to some, may not be successful to others because of the expectation here. When I say I'm on borrowed time, I'm talking about my life in general. I might not be here tomorrow. So this is why I go so hard. This is why I'm so grateful for an opportunity that that a lot of people don't get, I should say. And so when I say I'm on borrowed time, it is a sentiment that I hold in my heart because in the time that I have on this earth,
I'm gonna show people who I am.
Yeah, I heard what she said. This the coach talking. Now, hear me out. From my experience, anytime a coach starts talking like that, you know some shit going on in the locker room, right? This was similar to what the Rutgers coach did with the Keomi Miller situation. Anytime a coach starts talking like this, just know something going on in the locker room. Every single time. And now look, she, the whole thing came out. Now she got traded, right? And she had a year left on her contract. It's kind of interesting. That trade really shifted the W. I think you guys understand. Like Kelsey to the Sparks, Kelsey to the Sparks, Jewell to the Aces. Seattle got the number 2 pick now, so that's really shifted the W. So that was kind of a block. That's equivalent to like a woe bomb in the NBA. That's a serious trade. It kind of affects everybody in the W in a way. Because the Aces were such a dominant team. So very interesting. We'll see. I think there's going to be some more trades. So I'll keep you guys posted, but pretty crazy. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section. And as always, it's your boy.